where everyone is saying that AI is going to wipe out all the white collar jobs, and tech insiders are, if you give more data to AI, right, it will become more knowledgeable and it will give a better outcome. So if you talk about coders, engineers, we usually think that AI can make a code, AI can make an app, AI can make a website. So what's the need of these codes? We see that there are so many jobs that are not there, right? Why? Because the fifth level, the lowest level, the beginner level, AI is already able to do that.
An AI that can effectively be a sort of mid-level engineer that you have at your company that can write code. And once you have that, then in the beginning it'll be really expensive to run, then you can get it to be more efficient, and then over time we'll get to the point where a lot of the code in our apps and including the AI that we generate is actually going to be built by AI engineers instead of people engineers.
When you hear these kind of things from industry experts like Mark Zuckerberg, and you see these kind of newspaper clippings, and where everyone is saying that AI is going to wipe out all the white collar jobs, and tech insiders are split. Then it makes you question that why we even need engineers. Is there any future of engineers, right? Do we need to do engineering or not, right? So that makes us question that is AI going to take over human beings altogether or not, right? So for that, we firstly need to understand the capabilities of AI, what AI can do. If you see this, AI is the highly skilled. If you give more data to AI, right, it will become more knowledgeable and it will give a better output. So more data, more learning and better output it can give you, right, which is beyond than a human can do. We can't just read out 10 books in 1 second, but AI can do that, right? If you talk about quick, it can solve your problems in just seconds, right, which a human being will definitely take more time to answer, but AI can answer that. And AI will not feel tired even after working the whole day. AI will still be as energetic as it was in the morning, right? Then if you talk about AI is very smart, right? It is very smart. Why? Because it has a capability of learning so many things, right? It is never getting tired. And maybe 40, 50 years, maybe 30 years down the line, it will beat human intelligence. But that we can't predict. We can't for sure say that, but there is a probability of that, right? So I'll not talk about this thing here because this is slightly controversial, but let's talk about what is there in the present and how it is going to affect human beings. Is AI going to take your job? Example, you start your engineering and after 4 years, you have no job, right? Is there any possibility of that? Will there be any role of engineers or not? Let's talk about that thing. So for that, a very simple example is, if let's say you hire a cook, right? And you have no idea about vegetables, about the dishes, no idea you have. The cook is making whatsoever he likes, right? Now what will happen? That if you want to tell the cook that this is not something I like, but you have no idea what kind of dish you like, because you have no idea how cooking, like you have no cooking skills, like zero cooking skills, right? You won't be able to tell the cook that this is what you want, right? So if you want to take work from someone, you need to guide them. For the guidance, you also need to have some knowledge about that thing, right? So same applies to engineers, right? So in engineering also, I'll also take one example here. You need to collaborate with AI because AI has a lot of knowledge, it has a lot of data, but it gives you generic answers. AI is right now directionless and a human can give it a direction, right? So you can collaborate with AI, you can give it so much like good prompts so that the result that you want as an output, AI can give you. Because you really need to understand AI, you really need to understand the prompts that it needs, you really need to understand the language of AI to get the right outputs out of that. For that, we definitely need someone who learns, who knows the language of AI, right? Who knows the prompt. So let's talk about coders here, right? Everyone is saying that the jobs are at stake. So let's understand that, right? So if you talk about coders, engineers, we usually think that AI can make a code, AI can make an app, AI can make a website. So what's the need of these coders, right? So let's understand that. What is the work of a coder, right? Is it just coding? No, that is just a part of their job, right? So the coders, the software engineers, right, they need to do problem solving, right? Because they are dealing with some clients out there. The clients can be, let's say, the client can be not Microsoft, the client can be any different brands. Let's say Dell it is, let's say Hitachi it is, different brands. The software engineers, they deal with those brands, right? So those brands, if let's talk about an app, right? If the software engineer is making an app, right? So I will not get into that much technicalities, but the real thing is that an engineer has to solve the problem, right? For example, he has made an app. Now there is some bug in that app. So he has to debug it and he has to test the application, right? Then he has to deploy it to the company as well. Then designing an architecture, how the app will look like, what placements will be where, right? All these things are the work of a software engineer, right? So if you talk about these things here, that ma'am, AI will take over this. No, that's not possible. Problem solvers, right? They will always have a job, right? So that definitely can happen, that AI can help in problem solving, but maybe human will need AI to solve the problems, but for that human need to talk with AI, right? AI itself cannot do that. You need to ask the AI for the same thing. Maybe in the first go, it will give a generic response. Then you again have to ask the AI again and again so that it can give you your desired result. Let's take an example. I, being a non-coder, I have made an app, right? So I have no knowledge about coding, right? So in that, if there is some bug in the app, I won't be able to like answer it to the client, right? Because I have no idea about it, right? But if there is a software engineer who knows coding, right? He knows that, okay, this bug is created because of this thing. He can ask the AI to give it a code to, mention the code that it has used in the backend so that this software engineer can debug it, right? So that is the difference. And that is why the companies will always need software engineers. And talking about AI engineers, those who know machine learning, they always they will have a job, because we need someone to train AI also. We need someone to train these AI tools, right? So that's why you don't need to worry about it. So if you ask me a question, is it going to, ma'am, affect AI? Like AI is going to affect the jobs or not? See, the short answer is yes. But the long answer is how it is going to affect. Earlier, see, if you talk about in a company, you have in the hierarchy, you have, let's say, 5 levels, okay? So right now, we see that there are so many jobs that are not there, right? Why? Because the 5th level, the lowest level, the beginner level, AI is already able to do that, right? So that is why that job you won't be able to get. But if you have higher skills, right, then you will definitely get the job, right? So it's not like there will be no need of engineers. The simple thing is that if I expect from an engineer that he can do this one work in this much, let's say 10 hours, now I will expect with the help of AI, he can do it in 2 hours. That is the expectation of the companies from you. More work will be provided to you because now they know that you have AI, right? So that is why they also need less people, right? Because that's why out of these 4 people, only one person will get the job, will get hired, the one who has AI skills as well, who knows how to work with AI. And for that, what you should know, you should be able to collaborate with AI, you should be able to train AI, right? So only the best person will be employed. So there is definitely competition is going to increase, right? And new generation engineers have to learn how to use AI, how to work with AI. For that, what you can do, you can, first thing is you need to do internships when you land up in your engineering, right? You need to do internships, right? You need to learn AI-centric skills, and you need to know prompt engineering, which is very, very, very important. I think every other person should know how to do prompt engineering, to know the language of AI so that we can get the work out of it, so that we can make AI our assistant, right? So this is what you need, guys. In the end, I would just want to tell you one thing. If you're thinking about entering into a tech field, right? Technology is ever changing field, right? Something or the other thing will come and it will keep evolving, right? So that is the reason you need to be always a learner. If you're ready to be a learner always, right, then definitely this field is for you. Because in this field of technology, if you have good skills, you will definitely get a job. There is no question about it. So all you need to do is you need to upskill yourself, you need to collaborate with AI, and you need to be best in your niche. This is what you need right now, right? But for that, the thing that you need is to land up into a good engineering college, which will provide you all these facilities that you need. Because good engineering colleges have these facilities of collaborating with AI, internships that are AI centric, all these things you will get in good engineering colleges. And for that, you need to crack JEE, right, with really, really good percentile. And for that, students, we are providing you scholarship, that is MBSAT scholarship, which is going to be totally free. Registration is totally free of cost. This is on 4th, 5th, 11th, and 12th of October. But students, here you need to register yourself first, and the syllabus will be same. Like it's like we just want to test you, right? And from that, if you're able to get among 2.5 lakh students, the IIR among them, then you will get 100% scholarship. You will get 150 crore worth scholarship and 2 crore worth prizes here, right? iPads, iPhones, you will have drones, all these things will be available to you, right? For that, you just need to fill the form here that is in the description box. And guys, in the end, I just want to know one thing from you. Write down hashtag upgraded engineer in the comment section, because I want you to upskill yourself with the changing world, with the changing technology that we all need to do.